What do you mean no? I mean, no. I'm not leaving. I live here. I get my mail here. My name is on the lease. You can't just kick me out, Mark. That's not how it works. I have tenant rights. She stood there looking so proud of herself for knowing that little legal tidbit. She really thought she had me. She figured she could stay here rent-free while she figured out her next move, probably while simultaneously auditioning for the role of wife. The thought of her bringing some other guy into my apartment, sleeping in the bed I paid for while I was stuck here, made something in my brain snap. We'll see about that, I said, my voice dangerously quiet. She just shrugged, turned on her heel, and flounced into the bedroom, slamming the door behind her. I sat there on the couch for a long time, the TV humming in the background, and I started making a plan. This wasn't just a breakup anymore. This was war. The next few days were a special kind of hell. She'd be sickeningly sweet one minute, asking what I wanted for dinner, and a monster the next, blasting music until 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. She started having friends over constantly, loud, obnoxious people who left messes I always ended up cleaning. One night, I came home and found one of her friends, some guy named Todd with a punchable face, sitting on my couch, drinking my beer with his feet on my coffee table. I walked in, looked at him, looked at Jenna, and just said, "Get him out." Jenna rolled her eyes. "Mark, don't be a jerk. This is Todd. We're just hanging out. I don't care if he's the Pope. Get him out of my apartment now." The ensuing fight was epic. It ended with her screaming that she could have whoever she wanted over because it was her apartment, too. That was her big mistake. The next morning, I sent an email to my landlord, Mr. Henderson. He's an old, grumpy guy who has owned the building for 40 years and hates drama more than he hates anything else. Subject, lease question, apt 4B. Hi Mr. Henderson. Hope you're well. I have a quick question about our lease agreement. My co-tenant Jenna and I have recently ended our personal relationship. She has begun having guests over at all hours, creating significant noise disturbances and violating what I believe is the quiet enjoyment principle for myself and potentially other tenants. Could you please clarify the policy on overnight guests and excessive noise as stated in our signed lease? I've attached a copy for your convenience. I attached the PDF of our lease, which I had saved on my computer. I had already reread it 3 times. An hour later, I got a reply. Mr. Henderson was nothing if not efficient. His email was blunt. Mark, see Section 7, Clause C of your lease agreement. Guests of tenants are not permitted to stay for more than 3 consecutive nights in any 30-day period without prior written consent from landlord. Tenants are responsible for the conduct of their guests. Any activity that disrupts the peace and quiet enjoyment of other tenants as determined by the landlord is a direct violation of this lease. This is your only warning. Any further complaints from you or other tenants regarding noise or unauthorized long-term guests will result in a formal notice to cure or quit being issued to both leaseholders. This notice will give you 3 days to remedy the violation.